What's up, fellow fantasy living friends? Josh here with MCP Tabletop, and I'm beyond excited because today we're gonna head down for a Marvel Crisis Protocol tournament at the Battle Standard in Connecticut. And in this video, I interviewed a bunch of the players, and these are honestly some of the best interviews that I've gotten yet. These guys are gonna give you a ton of insight to what cards, what characters work for the alliances, and kind of what doesn't work. So if you guys wanna hear some awesome input from a bunch of players that are actually out there grinding the tournament scene right now, then stay tuned, watch more of this video.
Who are you and what are we doing here today?
I'm Roland. I'm here to play MCP at the Battle Standard. I'm playing Asgard today because I just got the models. There's not really a more in-depth reason there. My friends gave them to me recently as a gift, so now I'm an Asgard player, I guess, you know. And they're easy. You just, everything looks like a nail, so you hit it with a hammer. I guess the most obvious is they are. Well, maybe it's just me. It's always a possibility. It's hyper-aggressive. They are all about just shoving your fist down their throat. You are there to fight, and that's what you're gonna do. You throw lots of dice, and it hurts. Unless the dice come up poorly, in which case you don't do anything. They have a weakness to stun and stagger. Might not sound like much, but if you get stunned and staggered, you feel it. It sucks when your 6th threat has to remove conditions as an action because you don't have any other way to do it. Yeah, it doesn't feel great, but that's part of the game.
Who's been your strongest character so far and why?
New Thor, Prince of Asgard. No, Hero of Midgard, the 6th threat one. Yeah, they changed the name on me there. And he has been my strongest character because he's kind of overtuned a little bit, but he's also does a lot of damage, hits really hard. I've liked New Loki, who can make people's skulls do damage to them, is fun. And I just like Hell. Hell's done good. Mostly having a range 4 Mystic attack. That's kind of nice. So I've been enjoying that. As far as cards go, they have some really nice inaffiliation cards. Rainbow Bridge is good. Odin's Blessing is good. And I've had a real good time with Loki's card. Giant's Blood. Where if someone gets too close to you, you teleport range 5. It's great if someone comes running up to just end in a different zip code from them. Just like, oh no, I'm in danger, and now I'm not. And it also gives them slow en route, which can make someone's day really unhappy. So that's been fun. Haven't got to try a lot of their other stuff out. I tried the reroll card they have, like Freya's Blessing, and it's okay. I know that the change was from on the 27th they did the balance patch, and I know Brothers in Arms got turned to restricted, which I looked at that card and went, that's a very mid card, but it's fair. Let's not give 3 more dice to Thor. Let's not do that. Research Station is also a card I run because I'm just trying to fight people. I'm Asgard. Hoorah. And it getting turned restricted, again, I get it. That card is only even put in people's lists when they want the other person to not have fun, because it is only put in there if you think you're a big dog on it. So, yeah.
Hey folks, this is Jin from MCP Tabletop, also with Protocol. We're here today in East Windsor, Connecticut for a Marvel Crisis Protocol tournament. It should be a pretty good turnout today. I think we've got about 10 players. Pretty good spread of affiliations. We got a couple Asgard players, a couple Defenders players, an Avengers player, Wakanda player, one Servants of the Apocalypse player, so ready to just dive in and get into a new affiliation right away. The Asgard representation looks pretty good. I just got to play against Roland just a few moments ago, and man, that was a slobber knocker of a fight. So I ran Invaders. I took Namor, Baron Helmut's email, so we got 2 good reroll bubbles kind of going with Winter Soldier, the original 3 threat, and also Spectacular Spider-Man. Figured the displacement and the conditions that we can give out would be good against a team against Asgard, so they're going to run Loki 2, New Thor, and Hela actually was the 3rd one. That was surprising. I was expecting Beta Ray Bill, but Roland took me for a loop and took Hela, who actually is a very good damage dealing piece, especially against characters that have low low Mystic defense, like Spectacular Spider-Man and Bucky. So that was actually a really good call out on his end. We knocked it out. I think it was just a 3-round game. Yeah, it was a very fast 3-round game. So we ended up a couple models being KO'd on my side. And Asgard continues to be like one of the best like brawling teams as well. So like, hats off to Roland. He piloted them like really well. Was able to score like 8 points at the last round. You know, just picked up all the hammers, got all 3 gamma shelters. So yeah, it was a good time. I'm always happy to play against Roland. Funny enough, I think the last time we got matched up round 1, and I took it from him. So this is now coming back and getting it from me. So yeah, I love this like interchange back and forth. Like it's when we see the same people at tournaments. So it's always fun to do that.
So there was a banning that happened yesterday. Can you touch on that quick?
Oh man, yeah. So this is going to be a big shakeup. So it's not in effect for this tournament because Shane had a cutoff of like only the 22nd as far as like any changes will be in effect for this one. But now Research Station is restricted. So in your roster, you can only have 2 restricted items. This can be anything from tactics cards, characters, gems, or crisis cards if they deem anything restricted worthy. So Research Station is the first one in a long while that's been a crisis card, like one of the missions you can take that actually gets restricted. We've also now restricted Brothers in Arms, and that's going to restrict the play where Thor and Bill come together, the second version of Thor that is. Either Thor can play it, but really the second version of Thor is going to take advantage of this because you get the ability to get 3 dice extra on all your energy attacks for those 2 characters. They can't be advanced, they can't be thrown, they can't be placed. So the only way you can move them away from each other is push them. And while they're within 2 of each other, they get that immovable like trait, and then they also get the extra dice. I cannot tell you how scary 10 dice energy builder on Thor is. He's a 6-red character, but still 10 dice, that's like more than most people's spenders. And you're also generating power and pushing people and maybe arcing lightning at the same time. So that was very intelligently put into the restricted list as a result. So that got restricted, then let's see. So those 2 things are the main things to sort of like tone down the Asgard thing. I think they're still really good. Even if you decide to take those 2 cards as restricted, they still have great like new cards between Freya's Blessings, Odin's Blessing, and you still have like your Trixus Boons and everything from Loki, the Giant's Blood card that Roland also played against me, which is a great way to get Loki out of a bad situation. He was staring down the barrel of a few guns, so he was able to escape from that, which is really good. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good shakeup because Researcher Station has always been a contentious crisis card because it's an extract that you can't pick up. That's the big thing, right? And like other characters can't like pick it up and run away with it in that case. So you have to sort of stand there. So that means that there's going to be sort of a slobber knocker of a scenario, especially if the secure map is also very tight as well. So now we're actually going to take a hit onto some attrition teams. So attrition teams will now have to sort of think about whether or not they really want to run this as far as one of their slots. I think they usually want to. They're like the top. So I think Asgard, Cabal, probably still consider taking it, and if you're really just specialized in playing Researcher very well, you may still end up taking it. You just have to be down 1 restricted slot in that case. So I think it's a great shakeup. It gives less polarized games, let's say. That's a good turn in that case. So I'm excited to see what the future few months is going to be. WTC is coming up, the World Team Championship in Denmark in October. There's going to be a bunch of teams, and this changes will also be in effect there. So we'll see how much Research Station gets play there, in teams of 5 as well. So I'm excited to see what future tournaments are going to be like, and what next year's going to bring too. So a lot of new releases too, Josh. There's like so much going on right now. It's going to be so cool.
You killed it again, man. Right. Thank you so much, Shin.
Hey, how's it going? So I'm Eric. We're going to be playing some X-Force Avengers lists today at the tournament. Really excited. I think I've got an interesting list brewing. I'm trying to avoid or take down the big heavy hitters in the meta right now. So that's what I'm doing. Particularly Thor, the new Thor. I think he is a menace to the tables, and specifically for him, I've got Vision, who prevents collision damage. He's got really high energy defense. And Shang-Chi for the stack.
So, Eric, was it about a month or 2 ago we were here and Neymar was kind of the new big bad? Can you talk a little bit about how he's transitioned into the format and kind of some of the heavy hitters we're seeing today?
Yeah, so he's still like a really good character. Like, if I wasn't sharing a collection, I would probably bring him in mine as well in my roster today. He is the interesting thing, and other players might bring this up, is that he prevents a card called Survival. So there's a new card that's going to be coming out with the Apocalypse box that I think is going to be a major staple for a lot of people's lists, and Namor actually prevents the use of that, preventing damage. So I think his utility is going to be far-reaching. His trident's going to be far-reaching. He's still really good at dropping extracts, being mobile, being a menace around the table. He's still really good. I'm so excited. If you guys are in the New England area, if you guys are in Mass, New York, Connecticut, even Jersey, heck, even my alma mater, my original country, Canada, if you guys have some free time to come on down, I would definitely recommend it. Battle Standard is a really good store. They've always got things popping. I've been to a ton of stores across a lot of states, and this is by far one of my favorites. So if you ever get the itch to play in a tournament, come on down, play a game. If not, just play at your local friendly gaming store. Build your community. It's really important to just be a single person, just being like, hey, do you want to play a game? Hey, you want to play again? Come on this certain day. It's a boon for the community, and it'd be great for MCP. So thank you. Yeah, Baron of Dice. Baron of Dice. I've got the Defenders die. I don't play Defenders, but the blue and the gold, they look so good on the table. They're very legible and readable, which is a big thing for me. And they're semi-translucent, so they look cool when you're rolling it, no matter what the lighting. Shout out to Baron of Dice.
So I'm Caleb Foster, and today we're doing a Marvel Crisis Protocol tournament. I personally brought the new shiny. I'm bringing Apocalypse, but I'm bringing it in an unconventional way because I'm running Apocalypse and Hydra. Under Baron Strucker, who's got all kinds of really interesting tech he can do. Like, there's the fact that Arnim Zola, his rerolls normally make people bleed when they roll a skull, but when he does that to Apocalypse is immune to bleed, and when he gets a condition he is immune to, he gets power or healing. Apocalypse himself can also heal because he puts out so many conditions. He can even heal during other people's activations, because when someone else does a condition and the enemy has it already, Apocalypse can instead give them a different condition. That enables him to heal during other people's turns. So Apocalypse can kind of just suck up all of the healing from Strucker's leadership into himself. The list is really fun. I mean, this is obviously my first time running it because Apocalypse only came out yesterday. But so far it's really fun. It doesn't have very good action compression, but it does a lot of unconventional stuff. You don't normally see a lot of healing in Marvel Crisis Protocol, and giant people who smash things and heal is one of my personal sweet spots. So it's really well tailored to me.
Dude, you literally just slayed it. That was phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
So my name's Kevin. I'm here playing in the MCP tournament at the Battle Standard. I am playing the Servants of Apocalypse today. I'm usually a big foes player. That's kind of my main affiliation. I like all the tricks and traps they get up to. But I was really excited to try Apocalypse just because he unlocks a lot of new abilities for characters that have been in the game for a while. He's also just a really cool character from the lore and from X-Men. So I played my first match, and it was against Defenders, and so we all kind of came to the middle and beat the crap out of each other. And it was really cool, and cool to see what the Horseman cards can do for some of the characters. And so there's just a lot to kind of wrap your head around with constructing the team you want to play. Because many characters can take on 2 different Horseman roles, and then you've got to remember what the Horseman cards do. So there's a lot to kind of wrap and kind of think about, which I find really interesting, and love when new characters come around that really change up how the game is played or introduce this new play style. So I'm excited to get some more games in with him and try out some new characters as the different Horsemen and kind of see how it elevates their game a little bit. So yeah, that was kind of it.
I know it hasn't been out for very long, but is there a standout card or character or something that's kind of surprised you, or just even an ability that...
So I tried Archangel in my first game, and I haven't seen or played with him yet, and he was really cool. He was the Death Horseman, so he has some abilities to get some extra dice when he attacks people that are already hurt, and then he has some dice fixing built into his card. So he was this character that I felt was like not overly stout defensively, but could also like lay the smackdown on someone and like get around the board, which was really cool. And then I played him with Wolverine, the first Wolverine that came out in the game, who I've played before with Defenders, who's also like this crazy damage dealer. So the two of them kind of like operating on the board together and like ganging up on like a Hulk or like a Daredevil was really cool to see. And so I think there's some definitely, potential like heavy damage output there. And so yeah, I think that was kind of the standout character from the first game.
Dude, you killed it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Hi, my name is Ken, here at the Battle Standard for their September Shakedown tournament. I am playing Defenders today. Daredevil's my favorite Marvel character. I was playing Guardians for a long time, but got kind of bored of playing the same affiliation, so decided to play Defenders, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Is there something that stands out as like a little bit better than you thought it would be on your Defenders list, whether it be a character or an ability or a card?
Yeah, so I've been using 5-threat Amazing Spider-Man, and he's very good. He's really tanky. He hangs around the game way longer than he really should when you look at his card. He's very mobile. He's been a real standout for me so far.
Awesome. Is there a best matchup and then a worst matchup that you have?
So best matchup usually is the way that I run my list. There's kind of two ways to run a Defenders list. A lot of people think that running ease and just hanging out in the middle and beating the crap out of each other is the way to go. But I also think that Defenders, from what I've read and from what I've played, they also do really well at the extract game. So I kind of like a little bit tighter of a map, but with a lot of extract points, so that Defenders can kind of do their thing. So definitely that's a strength of theirs. Maps that are really wide are difficult for them, so playing against Web Warriors is pretty tough. And I just played against Apocalypse for the first time, and handing out all kinds of special conditions like slow and stuff like that is really tough for Defenders too, so that's a difficult matchup for them.
Can you talk about some of the new characters or boxes that hit? We just got a new Asgard box. Neymar's kind of a newer character. How are they affecting the game?
Yeah, so I haven't really played much against Asgard yet. I played against the new Thor a couple times, and he's really difficult to play against. I've also heard that new Loki is difficult to play against. I'm interested to see how that plays out. In terms of Defenders, they just got the Shang-Chi and Silver Sable box, and Shang-Chi is a killer character. He's very good at all aspects of the game. And then Namor and Black Panther chosen and bossed. I don't use Namor in my list just because I couldn't really fit him in there, but Black Panther is really good. I think that he's a great 3-threat to include. And he again, kind of similar to Spider-Man, hangs out a lot longer than you think he should.
Phenomenal, man. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
So thank you for tuning into today's video. And if you haven't yet, you guys need to head over to Baron of Dice. They make custom dice for pretty much any game that you're playing. And they also make custom dice trays as well with really cool graphics. So if you're getting ready to play some of the new Kill Team, maybe get some Kill Team stuff. But anyway, that does it for today's video. One last time, I want to give a huge shout out to the Battle Standard for hosting such an awesome place where we can go down, have great games, have a great community, and the place is clean, it's nice, it's exciting to look at, there's new stuff there every time I go there, and the energy is always top notch. Baron of Dice, thank you too. The BS crew and Jared Maple, thank you so much for making the thumbnails. If you guys haven't yet, in the description below in the YouTube video, we started linking a bunch of, we have a Live on One linked down there, we have Baron of Dice linked down there. We just have stores, companies that we kind of believe in and that we want to help out. So if you guys are looking to extend your reach at all in the Marvel Crisis universe or any other game pretty much out there, then head on down to our description and check out some of the links below. Until next time, stay safe.